Our first task for our dream catchers is going to be putting our reed together so that it creates a loop. And with our loop, we're wanting to put it together so that it crisscrosses down here at the bottom. Or the second option is, if you don't want the tails to hang out at the bottom, the other option is to go ahead and take these and create a complete loop. So it kind of depends on which way you would like to go with that, and it is slightly different for the getting started period. So let's go ahead and talk about both of those. You're going to be using the thin tape today, and with your tape, you're going to need to take off a little bit of tape. I'm going to go ahead and pre-tear a couple pieces here, put them on the edge of my desk. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and crisscross these down at the end, and when you crisscross them, you want about 1.5 inches off of the end. That'll be the perfect amount for you to go ahead and take your piece of tape, and you're going to take this and wrap it around. When you wrap it around, go ahead and make sure that it's wrapped around really tight. Make sure it's wrapped around several times. Now I'm going to do with the second piece of tape that I have here is I'm going to go ahead and make sure that it is really nice and secure by taking it the opposite direction. So we have it through this way. Once again, make sure that it is really nice and tight and that you don't have any of the tape tails sticking out. All right, so that is if you would like them crisscrossed. So that's going to stay for us. The next one, if you would rather have your reed where it is completely a continuous loop, you can go ahead and do pretty much the same thing with 2 pieces of tape. Just make sure that whenever you are going over the ends, make sure and tape over this end and that you're taping over this end. I'll go ahead and show you what that looks like. Once again, I'm going to take some pieces of my thin tape here. This is going to find the end of it, and then I'm going to be putting some tape once again at the end of my table so I have it ready to go, so I don't have to take any pauses. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and overlap it. Once again, you only need it overlapping about 1.5 inches to 2 inches. That'll be perfect. And if you're kind of wondering, that's maybe about the size of your index finger, maybe a little shorter. Perfect. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and make sure that these get taped on here very, very tightly. You're also making sure that that tape tail is sticking completely down so it doesn't catch on anything. Now let's take that and make sure that the end of this gets covered, and that's going to help so that it doesn't snag on any of your yarn later. All right, let's go ahead and do that on the other side. On this one, once again, making sure that it's completely sticking down and making sure that you're getting it nice and tight so that there's no gaps, and going over the end so that you don't have any snagging part on here. So, all right, perfect. That's going to work very, very nicely also.